Let me have a try. Whoa. Nice. Just need this to just reduce just a little bit more, and then this is ready. This is ready. Now, our gungo rice and peas. This is definitely ready. So shelly shaped, ready for the eating. You can turn this off right now. That's ready. And the chicken, nicely golden brown. It's ready too. So we're gonna start the next process of cooking this chicken right now. Ready? Okay, we're taking out the last pieces of the chicken right now. Okay. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna remove the oil that is left back in the pan right here. Okay. Okay. Cut, look at it. No. Let's watch a pot. Wait. Go. We're gonna add back we're gonna add a little bit of oil back in there, just a little bit. Okay? Add some onions. Some onions with a carrot. Gonna add the rest of the scallion right there. A little bit of garlic. A little bit of ginger right in there. Sweet pepper. Chopped tomatoes. A little bit of pimento seed. That marinade that was left back in the pan. Okay. Just stir a bit. Add a little bit of soy sauce. Then we're going to add our chicken back in the pan. Then we're going to put some water in there. A little ketchup. We're going to cover this up and allow it to steam. And then, boom, oxtail, y'all. Nicely done. This is finished. Lovely. Some people like to put ketchup in there if they want to. You can do whatever you want to do with the oxtail, but this is how I like to cook my oxtail, you know. See, nice consistency. See, a lot of gravy in there. This I love. Action. You see the chicken now, it's reducing, it's cooking and reducing at the same time, you see. You know, this will be done in about 5 minutes, it'll be done. So it looks nice, flavorful. Let me taste this. Ooh. It's bad. Bad as in good. That's how we Jamaicans say. When something is good, we just say, hey man, it's bad, man. It's real good.
You want me to start back again? Right there?
Hello, welcome back. I'm gonna run it again.
I'm about
okay. Ready? 3,
Wait, let me fish it right.
Welcome back. We're gonna introduce Georgia back in set right here. She's gonna do our famous escovitch fish using our Jamaican, various type of Jamaican fishes right here. And she's gonna also be doing curry chicken, Jamaican curry chicken. And I'm gonna be here assisting her as she goes through this. And I must say, I should note that she cooks the best escovitch fish. Trust me, you know, mama style.
Patrick, thank you for that wonderful introduction about our escovitch fish, and I'm going to go right into preparing the fish now. Here we have a variety of fishes, and they're caught fresh from our waters here in Jamaica. The variety in making escovitch fish makes a lot of difference. We have had them clean, they're gutted, and they're now soaking into some lemon water. You know, the lemon kills all that fishy smell and does a lot to the escovitch. I'm going to be trimming them up now, and to show you, they're all trimmed up in the back and all that, but what we do, we take the tails off like this. And of course, we cook them with the heads on. You can also take the heads off if, you know, you're more comfortable. Some people doesn't like to see heads on. But Jamaicans, we don't mind. We don't mind eating them with the heads. Some Jamaicans specifically go for the head. Strange enough?
Yeah, it's meaty. I think it's meaty. It has a lot of, and it has a different taste, a different flavor to it.
And
like
speaking about variety, I'll let Chef Patrick, you know, tell you about the varieties.
Okay, right here, this is a red snapper, right here. Nice red snapper. This here is what we call a goatfish.
And the goatfishes are famous. They're one of our famous fishes here over all the ages. And there's a little island out in the water that they call Goat Island. Where these fishes are, they're popular. That's where they're from.
Yeah. And this here is what we call the grunt. See? And this one here, we call this one a mullet.
And the mullet is very common. It's all, I would say it's almost all over the world.
Yeah.
Very common. But the goldfish is, I think you can, the Mediterranean. They have it in the Mediterranean. And Jamaica is so famous for these goldfishes. Patrick, tell them a little more about the goldfishes, the taste, the texture, and the color.
Okay, if you notice the action.
Okay, Chef Patrick, would you tell a little bit about the goldfish, the taste, the texture, and the color that it gives to the, you know, when it's being cooked?
Okay, what I like, I'll tell you what I like about goldfish. It's all fishes are different. They taste a little bit different. Some people think that all fish taste the same, but I certainly don't. The goldfish here has a nice mild texture. It's very, how you say?
It has a flavor of its own. It's very authentic. There's no other fish that tastes like a goldfish.
For real.
And when you cook it, it colored the gravy itself.
Yeah, that's true.
And they don't go in sizes much, maybe a little bit bigger than this.
Yeah.
But it's not a huge fish, but it's one of the tastiest fish that we have here.
That's true.
And now that I'm finished clipping up the fishes, I'm going to be washing them now while Chef Patrick take you to the preparation of the chicken to be curried.
Okay, I'll be doing the curry chicken right now in the meantime. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna cut this similar to how I cut the brown stew chicken earlier, okay? But the thing is, I'm gonna trim the fat and take the skin off, okay? The skin doesn't taste so wonderful in a curry dish, so that's why. And we're not gonna be frying it or nothing like that. If we were frying it, it would have been, you know, it would have been okay to leave it on, but we're not. We're cooking it. So here I took all the skin off. I'm taking off most of the fat. See? Nice. So I'm gonna clean it off. Let me use my cleaver. Catch about this. I'm a cleaver. And I'm gonna chop them. Here you go. So I get 4 pieces off a quarter. And remember when I did the brown stew, I got 3 pieces off a quarter. So the curry chicken, we cut them a little bit smaller than we do when we do the brown stew. If you like your meats, you know, to be cut, you know, small, it's okay too if you want it. But you know, I like doing it like this. So this is me. Okay.
Good.
The reason why we use the dark part, we should also note that the best part of the chicken to use for currying is the dark meat. That's the leg and the thigh. It's best, you know, because this tastes better with a curry, I think. Don't you think? You think?
Yes, it does, because it's closer to the bones.
Yeah.
And anywhere meat that is closer to the bone, the season saturate better.
Yeah.
And it's also softer.
Yeah, I think. Okay, let me just get this on.
Now that
so you're drying the fish now, huh?
Yeah, now that the fishes are washed off, I'm going to be drying the fish, which we have to dry the fish properly. It's going to be fried now, seasoned and fried. So I'm making sure that it's dried properly.
Yeah, if you don't, it'll sizzle real hard and burn you. So you want to make sure all the water.
I want to make sure it's thoroughly dried and that it won't water down my seasoning.
Yeah.
The seasoning will be concentrated. Very messy job, but it's worth it in the latter end.
Yeah. Let me just put this here.
Thank you. So you see the fish is all dried, ready to be seasoned up. Cut. Good. Now that the fish is all cleaned and dry, I'm going to be seasoning it. First I sprinkle a little salt on each fish. Okay, put it in the same bowl. Just keep sprinkling on each of them. Salt, don't sprinkle it. And for the large ones, we cut them in, just cut them in 2 for they fry better. Now that I've finished sprinkling salt on the fish, I'm going to sprinkle a little garlic powder on all the fishes.
And if you notice, she's sliced aside, so...
the reason is that the oil penetrates.
Yeah, and seasoning too.
Yeah, and it cooks even. So I'm just garlicking everything right here now.
Make sure you're getting everybody. Nobody missing out on
Exactly, exactly.
Don't hide.
And always remember to wear gloves.
Yeah.
Because The fishes has small bones, as you all know. Well, take a chunk out of your fingers.
We like cooking with bony stuff, you know. Anything with bones?
And bear in mind that the best fish to escovitch are the fish with bones.
Yeah.
The fillet, it has no taste, really. And you need the fish with the skin because the skin holds the moisture in. And when the escovitch,
a whole lot of flavor too, yeah.
Yeah, when the escovitch vegetable is being added to it, it penetrates better. Now I'm going to sprinkle black pepper all over it. Make sure everyone is, has some pepper. And especially inside, we want to salt it. Make sure the flavor gets inside, where we take the belly out.
So this is a different method of seasoning from what I did earlier when I did
for the meat.
Remember when I did the fish and foil?
Exactly.
Remember I cut a Scotch bonnet pepper, dip it in the seasoning, then rub it on the fish. Remember? Now this is a different method.
Completely different.
Yeah.
And use a lot of black pepper. Don't be sparing, because black pepper brings something out of the fish that really, no other pepper can bring out. It has a taste in it, so different. And this is all saltwater fish.
No lake fish.
No. Okay. So I'm sprinkling a little more garlic, make it a little more taste there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cover this now and let it marinate. We put it in the refrigerator and let it marinate overnight. It's so delicious the next day. 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 6 hour marinate is very good. But make sure you put it in the refrigerator to be marinated. And while this is marinating, I'll go on to explain to you. I'm going to fix the escovitch, the vegetables that we escovitch to put on the fish. This is called escovitch fish. The fish is fried and the vegetable is escovitched, and as I go along I'll explain to you. So I'll cover this now. So I'll put this in the fridge to marinate for a few hours.
Okay, in the meantime, too, I'm gonna marinate this also. Okay? Cut. Now we're gonna start the marinating process of the curry chicken right now. That's what we're going to do here. We're going to do this a little bit different. What we're going to do is we're going to put some Irish potatoes in and some Scotch bonnet pepper.
We're going to marinate the Irish potato with the meat. The flavor is great when it's marinated like that.
Okay. And if you notice, I have some crushed pimento seeds in there too. Okay. Some chopped onions. Okay. Some ginger. Cut. Yeah, we're gonna chop some garlic right now. Putting some chopped garlic in here. Okay, a little bit of thyme. Some all-purpose seasoning. A little bit of black pepper. And what we're going to do is we're going to massage this in, okay? as I told you before, you know, it's a different way. Instead of using the blended seasoning, you could just do it like this. It's a different way of seasoning, you know. It's just as good. You want to cut that, we sprinkle some curry powder in here.
Rub it in again thoroughly.
Then rub it in thoroughly.
Don't be too stingy on the curry and don't be too heavy.
Yeah.
Just be moderate.
Yeah, so true. So
And we're using the plain Jamaican curry.
what we're going to do now is we're going to cover this.
Let it marinate.
Yeah, we're going to allow it to sit for 2 hours or for overnight. As I told you earlier, it's the best way. You get the right flavor out of it by doing it this way. So you just cover it and let it sit. Just like that.
We'll put this in the refrigerator to sit overnight. 6 hours. So
Shake. 1.
the fish is nicely marinated and we're about to fry now. And Chef Patrick will pour the oil in the pot. We have to have, the oil must be well hot, not burning but well hot. Pour some more, please. Okay. More. Want to go over there?
Okay.
So reasonable amount of oil. We're going to make the oil get real hot, good and ready. Okay, the oil is good and hot and ready for frying. We have a reasonable sized skillet where we can hold 3 reasonable sized fishes. These has a little way more to go because we're going to make them very brown and nice.
Action.
This is perfect. Brown and beautiful and well done. And you can also take the spoon to take up the oil to help, you know, in the process of frying and to have it soak properly with the oil. So I'm going to take the fried fish out now and I'm going to put it in the tray to have it drained. Have to have the oil drained. Has to be well drained and cool for the escovitch.
Ready?
The fish is all fried and it's drained and it's beautifully done. It's golden brown almost. And it's thoroughly drained, as you will see. In the background, the oil is on the paper. We don't need the oil because the oil can, you know, make the escovitch saggy, very saggy. So the more oil we drain from the fishes, the better. Okay, we'll go on to the vegetables now. I'm going to stir fry the vegetable, but I'll explain to you how they're being chopped. This is the escovitch pepper, and it's cut a little different from how Chef Patrick has been cutting it. Yeah. For, you know, beautification of the escovitch fish.
Cut it round.
Yeah, it's sliced.
Yeah.
Okay, and my carrots, it's cut into strips, but not very thin and not very thick because we're going to have it scrumptious. Okay, the onions are cut not very thin. It's about give the onion about this thickness. because we're going to be using the onion not just for flavor, but as a vegetable. Okay. The next one on the tray is the Christofino, this is what it's all about, the Christofino.
We call it chocho here.
We call it in Jamaica chocho. And we have different species, which we have the white one, and different sizes, different shape. And again, it has a lot to do on the soil that it's grown. This Christofino here, what I do, I cut it in the middle. If it's an aged Christofino, meaning not very tender, I peel it a little bit. But the best Christofino to use for the escovitch is the very tender one, meaning like about 3 weeks old, you know.
Yeah.
And then what we do, we cut it like this. This is not the very tender one, so I do a very thin peel on it, like this, and I slice it thin just like this. Okay? And this is where you see the slices here. Then I go on to the bell pepper. I slice the bell pepper just like about this thick. I rather the very big bell pepper because it makes the dish more beautiful.
So she cut it, the bell pepper, to the shape of the bell pepper itself.
Of the bell pepper itself. And the bigger the bell pepper is, the more beautiful the dish is. So we go on to showing you how we prepare this now. This is the escovitch. We're going to escovitch the vegetable now by sauteing it on the stove with vinegar. We don't use water, because as Chef Patrick has explained many, many times, that using water, it creates bacteria very fast. And fish grows bacteria very fast, likewise vegetable. So we're going to use the vinegar now to escovitch the vegetable. And with Chef Patrick's assistant, we'll go ahead now. So, cut. You want to go ahead. We use just very, very little oil to start the saute, because we don't want the fish to be saggy. We have already drained the fish, so just to keep the pot bottom, the vegetable from sticking in the pot bottom, we use a little oil. So now we heat the oil up. That's the highest. I want it to be very high.
It's very high.
Where's your wood spoon? Okay. And now we're going to start. I do each one individually because the vegetables are supposed to be scrumptious. So we don't put them together because each vegetable takes, you know, a different amount of time to be sauteed. So I start with the Christofino. And saute it almost by itself. Can we get the stove higher, Patrick?
She keeps stirring it because she doesn't want it to
Be saggy.
Yeah.
We just want it to be very right.
And it's side.
Because what happened really, the vinegar is what cooks this eventually when it's being marinated. That's the highest we have it, Patrick. So the Christofino is ready. I'm going to put it in a dish by itself. Then I go on to the next step, which is the carrots. Just a little bit of oil. Like I say again, to just make the pot bottom moist from the vegetable being burnt. So I do my carrots now. You want to stir for me, Chef Patrick?
Yeah, black.
I put this in a separate dish for the time being. I go back to the next step, which is a little oil. I do my bell peppers now.
So you see what we're doing, you know, and we don't cook it
It's
too
not.
much, you know. We're just doing it al dente, you know, crunchy.
Very crunchy and yeah. And the bell pepper itself has water in there, so it helps to make the saute moist and nice. So we can't overcook it, because the more you cook a bell pepper, is the more water you get from it. So we just put this in another dish all by itself. Now we go on to the next stage, which we're gonna saute the onions. A little bit of oil again, and we get our onions ready here. We have a lot of onions here, so we're going to do 2 sections of it. Make sure the onions are properly sauteed. Now we have to get the onions broken apart. The onions has to be just right, just crispy, not overcooked like all the other vegetables.
Smell it?
Yeah. Delicious. It's delicious. Nothing like some good cut onions where you have the meat in it.
I can't wait to eat my
I know that. Okay. Here's the onions. It's about ready. We're going to put this by itself here, and we go back to the next set of onions. Just a little more oil.
Interesting, huh? Very, very interesting.
Onions has a lot to do with the species. Find the white onions, you know, you can it's sautéed much easier than the hard yellow onions. And right now we're using the yellow onions, so. What I'm going to do, I'm going to...
You cut that, right? Cut. You're using, you said you're using the yellow.
Yellow onions.
Yellow onions, what's our white onions?
It's the yellow. It's the yellow.
Yellow onions, yeah? It's like the white. Yellow.
I'm going to add the onions that I just take out with the other onions to make sure that they are cooked about the same. And I just stir them for a little while. See how my rings are distinct now? It's all broken up and distinct. That's how it's supposed to be. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the other vegetables.
Chocho or Christopina.
The Christopina, I add that now. And there is basically no oil in the pot. So I add the carrots now. And again, if you see how my rings are distinct, makes it much more delicious. And I add the bell pepper now. And I mix them all in, saute them in together. Then, okay, now that I've mixed all the vegetables together again, it's like I'm going to be adding a few seeds of pimento. Okay. Now this is what really brings the flavor out of the one of the seasons, that the spices that really bring the flavor out of our escovitch fish. And then I'm going to add the bad boy,
Yeah.
which is our
Scotch bonnet
pepper. Oh,
man stuff.
oh yeah. This is where it's at now. We add the Scotch bonnet and we blend it in with all the plate, with all the season here. And I wish you were here to smell this. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of salt. The salt, I give these a little flavor, just a little pinch. And then I'm going to add the vinegar now. This is white vinegar. I'm going to pour the vinegar over.
Whoa.
Whoa, this is delicious. Oh, makes you want to eat now. What an aroma.
Whoa.
Oh, ooh. So we use no water here, as you'll see, and this escovitch vegetable is ready now to go on the fish.
Can't cut right this one. Cut right this one.
What I'm doing now, I'm putting a layer of the escovitch vegetable in the bottom of the tray where the fish is going to be, and I'm going to let it sit and cool for a while, because the best escovitch is to have the escovitch vegetable cool, because if you put it back on the fried fish, it's going to make it very saggy. So we do this here, and then we'll come back later on when it's cool and finish the rest of it.
Do that. Go.
Okay, what Chef Patrick is doing is putting the fishes on a layer of escovitch on the bottom, which helps the fish to penetrate better in the fish when we layer it like this.
Yeah.
Put a layer between anything there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So let's leave that layer flat right there.
There you go.
And then we're going to put another layer of the escovitch vegetable on top. And this, excuse me. Again, what it does is help the escovitch to soak in the fish better and faster. And we're going to make sure that the vinegar gets on the fish. Yeah, pour the vinegar on the fish to penetrate the fish. So as you will see, this is not oily at all.
And now we just put the second layer.
Second layer. You notice how oily the fish was and it's so well drained? That's how it's supposed to be. Get as all the oil out as possible. Beautiful. This is just beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, escovitch fish. Jamaican style, yeah? Sweet, Now it's time to eat.
You can't get this fish anywhere else but Jamaica. And last but not least, it's served with hard-dough bread and breadfruit. Delicious, as well as fried dumpling, which we demonstrated already on the film.
Yeah.
And this is roasted breadfruit, ready to be fried. Serve with it. Cut. Bet you close that. Now I'm presenting to you the finished product of some of our Jamaican dishes prepared. This is curried goat. This is this is oxtail and broad beans. This is rice and peas. Of course, it's made with red kidney beans. This is another rice and peas that is made with pigeon peas. And this is the escovitch fish. This is also this is a stewed pork, brown stewed pork. And as you see there, salad, which is, this is carved up by Chef Patrick with avocados, and we have the brown stewed chicken. And of course, in the middle, we have a salad made by Chef Patrick with cabbage, carrots, and some pineapple. Oh, well, I have to, okay. Now we have the food that some of the Jamaican meals that we have prepared today, and this is red kidney beans, rice and peas, and this is gungo peas, rice and peas, which is known as pigeon peas in some parts of the world. This is the escovitch fish, which is served with breadfruit, dumplings, bami, and etc. This is a brown stewed pork, and as you'll see, we have a salad here, just avocado, and we have the brown stewed chicken, and over here we have curried goat. This is red kidney beans, rice and peas. This is gungo peas, right? I'm going to be presenting to you some of our Jamaican dinner dishes. This is oxtail and broad bean. This is rice and peas cooked with red kidney beans. This is gungo peas, rice and peas, known in most places in the world as pigeon peas. This is escovitch fish. This is brown stewed pork, and this is avocado, a little salad. That's brown stewed chicken, and this is curried goat. This is a salad consisted of cabbage, carrots, and pineapple.